Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Butterfly Cup for Venezuela Dota 2. I am SBRevolution5 for Truesight TV. It's game number 2 between Made in Venezuela and Blut, which is a very interesting name. We do see Made in Venezuela going ahead and banning out the Axe. After game number 1, they had a bit of a rough game. They still ban out the ho-ho-ha-ha. Of course, Blut had the biggest trouble with the TA that game. They will actually first ban that one out, which leaves Troll still in the pool. Slark also being banned out. And Made in Venezuela, if they're going to ban the Axe, I think they're going to pick Troll. So, but, of course, Blut, they know what they want. They'll grab the Juggernaut and the Witch Doctor. Bit of lockdown for Troll. And Ancient Apparition picked up to kind of counter the heal that's going to come out from those heroes. Their sustain isn't going to be as high if they're hit with an Ice Blast, and they, well, literally can't gain HP. So, it'll be interesting to see there. Of course, if you're just joining us, this is the Butterfly Cup, one of the most watched amateur cups in Dota TV, from what I've been told. But I hope you all are having a lovely evening here on this stream of Truesight TV. Of course, don't forget to follow the channel. If you're new to the channel, hit that follow button. We do giveaways sometimes if we get enough viewers. And hitting that follow button is the best way to stay together with us. We're going to be casting a lot of Join Dota League this coming week. In fact, let me see if there are games coming up tomorrow evening. Don't have any yet. 10
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Okay.
Radiant team back.
Sorry, I can't find the stuff for Join Dota League. Okay, signups end in 9 hours, so we're probably not gonna have games tomorrow night, but
10 seconds remaining.
could be relatively soon. Anyways, Storm Spirit and Quap getting the bans out from Made in Venezuela as well. Pudge and Silencer getting the bans out from Blut. A little interesting they would actually ban the Pudge. I'm assuming Made in Venezuela have picked it up before, but yeah.
Spirit Breaker.
And Spirit Breaker picked up by Blut. So a lot of lockdown being picked up for Troll Warlord. And a lot of move speed as well, picked up against the Ancient Apparition. I really like this pickup. I think it's very, very strong right now in the current metagame. Even without a sniper in the pool, it's still a very good hero to pick up. And Ancient Apparition is definitely one of those heroes that's vulnerable to it. He is very, very squishy and tends to be alone on the map. Also doesn't have a hard stun to stop the Spirit Breaker. And I think that's the most important thing here. You need a hard range stun to stop him from charging in. Ancient Apparition doesn't have that. He's got Cold Feet, but that won't stop Spirit Breaker. He may have to walk around a bit to get himself free of it, but it'll be okay. Lion, on the other hand, definitely does, but he's not going to be buddying up with Ancient Apparition. Ancient Apparition wants to be elsewhere on the map. Safe. So he can fire off a huge ultimate. And the reserve time now being dipped into for Blut. They need another... Well, they've basically got 2 cores left here, unless they want to run Spirit Breaker in an offlane capacity, which could be done, but I'm not sure that's their intention here this evening. And of course they're going to pick up Zeus, which will be a hero who is kind of enigmatic in his own right, but both teams kind of becoming global, which is so much fun for the guy controlling the camera. Me.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So Zeus could be going into the mid lane, could be played in a support role, could be going to the off lane. We really don't have any leads on that yet. And the fact that we've already got a really flexible hero like a Spirit Breaker is, well, not really helpful. But of course, everybody's favorite troll, everybody's favorite juggernaut, you know, we all love those heroes, not. It's going to be a Phoenix, though, for Made in Venezuela. So, a tanky presence, a damage over time, possibly to stop, I don't know, the Zeus from coming in. A attack speed slow, which is going to do wonders against the Spirit Breaker. Maybe not as much against Juggernaut, but...
10 seconds remaining.
Definitely the Spirit Breaker. And they have Troll on their side, so they don't have to worry about the counter pick coming in on that front.
Reserve time.
Will be a Razor ban out. A little afraid of the Razor against Jug, just draining out all the damage. And of course, with the amplified attack speed from a Troll Warlord, that could be a serious issue.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Of course, the day will soon come when Troll is no longer the Warlord he once was. They may have to rename him to Troll War... I don't know, Troll Warrior or something. I'm hoping they nerf that hero into oblivion. And actually, I'll be just to be completely honest for a second. I'm not that concerned about Ho Ho Ha Ha. I feel like he's actually very fun to play. And wouldn't like to see him nerfed into oblivion. I just like to see a few more counters available to him. A slight nerf to Shrapnel as well, but... you know.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Batrider, of course, being banned out by Made in Venezuela, one of the heroes that really ruined them last game, and I think that was partially due to the TA pick, but just a frustrating hero to deal with in general. And Blut showed they have what it takes to get the stacks going for him and get him farmed very quickly. Same with the PA that they picked up, so... although the PA, I don't think it's worthy of a respect ban or anything.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
It will be Enigma here for Blut. So, my read on the laning situation here is Enigma jungle, Witch Doctor Jug in the safe lane, Spirit Breaker in the Radiant off lane, and Zeus in the mid lane. However, a lot of those could be flexible, and of course they need to see the last pick from Made in Venezuela to do this, but Made in Venezuela may be looking for more stuns. Blut has the advantage of having excellent team fight right now. The only problem is the Phoenix.
5 seconds
I'd really like them to pick up a mid laner with a hard stun. Ember Spirit will work, yep. And as much as Blut want to 5-man up here, I think Ember could be very good. Spirit Breaker may do very well against him, though, which will be the big problem. And of course, we're going to be moving into the game right now. I really like this Ember Spirit pick. However, something that came up on the Reddits the other day. In at least professional competitive play, Ember is 1-17. So, not the greatest of heroes these days. And actually, I'm gonna look that up real quick because sorted by new. That's a joke comment. Oh, it's since the 4th of April. He's 1-17 in competitive. So it's a smaller sample size here. But he has a 50% win rate in 6.83. Huh. That's a little interesting, to say the least. Anyways, good luck, have fun coming out. We are going to get right into the game here. Of course, I'm SP Revolution 5 for Truesight TV. Let me grab a drink here. And let's introduce our teams. On the side of Made in Venezuela, we've got Scream on the Ember Spirit in the mid lane. Chocolat will be his opponent from Blut on the opposing team. In the bot lane, just as I predicted, Akeno Senpai is going to be on your Juggernaut. You've got Levy on the Witch Doctor in the jungle down here. We're going to have Arusi on the Enigma and Lars on the Spirit Breaker. That's your lineup for Blut. Up in the top lane, tri-lane for Made in Venezuela, we're going to have Qui-Gon Jinn on the Troll Warlord, Crazy Nude Banana on the Lion, Tadix on the Ancient Apparition. Of course, I already mentioned Scream on the mid lane, Ember Spirit, and Palcom. I don't know how to say this name at all. Pakelm, maybe. That's probably the most accurate. Is going to be down here on the Phoenix, the little good old laser bird. I do feel bad for Tadix. This is the second game in a row he's been on one of those very squishy int supports, being the Ancient Apparition. Last game he was, of course, on the Skyrath Mage. And Crazy Nude Banana getting to play the fun stuff. The Lion, the Ogre. They will be zoning out Spirit Breaker pretty effectively here. Now Zeus on the mid lane. Gonna get a bolt off on the Ember Spirit. He will slide a fist to dish out some damage indeed. But nothing really gonna come from it. But there's Ember's bottle already. Zeus did go for that Null Talisman, so his build's a little bit greedier, but Ember already starting to dominate in terms of last hits. Very good for him this early on. Juggernaut not doing too great here, but doing okay. Meanwhile, there's a regen rune spotted out here by the Phoenix, and Lion will find that top rune there. Lars is going to have a tough time up here. He has at least managed to get his level 2 in the offlane, something Phoenix, well, has gotten and then gotten a little more, as he's actually a whole level ahead of the Spirit Breaker. But very soon, we're going to start to see that Spirit Breaker roam about a bit and do some damage. And the problem is, Troll won't be able to bash him in time to stop the charge. Lion will be able to stop the charge. Ember Spirit is going to be close, but I believe with Searing Chains he can actually stop it, assuming he has mana and they're off cooldown. Early game, that's going to be an issue, of course, but in the mid and late game, we'll see that change a bit, I believe. Levy going to move around here. It's actually Icarus Dive coming out. He will get a bit of burn on the Enigma, which help out a lot. Zeus, meanwhile, I'm assuming this was a bottle. Yep, he's battle crying back to base right now. They haven't managed to upgrade the courier just yet, but I'm sure they'll get on it sooner or later. Akinlo Senpai in the bot lane. Ready to spin, ready to win. And he is going with that 1-1-1 skill build with the point and the stats, so I guess it's really a 1-1-1-1 build. Be that as it may. It looks like Zeus may run into a Lion here at the top rune. However, what Lion doesn't know is there's another member of this party, and that's going to be your Spirit Breaker. Coming in right now, he will stun him up, he'll grab the rune, and I believe Lion's going down here. One more right click will bring him down for first blood. Going over to Chocolat. And the Orb of Venom from Spirit Breaker actually slowing down Scream a bit. The body block's coming out here as well. They could turn this. There's enough for a Chain Lightning at least. It'll come off right now. They need a little bit more damage. 98 HP remaining on him. And they'll sun up the Ancient Apparition and say, hey, we'll take a cold snack instead of a hot snack any day. Whatever we can get, guys.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is
Meanwhile, Phoenix does pick up the Tranquil Boots. Sorry for the dead air there. For some reason, I thought I was still talking. I was just talking to myself in my head. Let's try not to do that again. Crazy New Banana and Tactics getting a bit of XP off these pulls. Level 2 and level 3 there. Level 5 on your Troll Warlord. On the other side of the river, we do have Witch Doctor sitting at level 3. Enigma is up to level 5. Should be very nice. They will pop the ulti and Spirit Breaker. Actually taking down the Ember Spirit on the mid lane. Sorry for missing that kill. And Juggernaut actually just left alone here for the moment. He will be picking up those Phase Boots and the Aquila. Probably soon to go into a Mask of Madness. Troll. Yeah, he's doing just fine up top. So meanwhile, Juggernaut coming on in here. Lion's Haste Room will bring him in here to harass out. He does have more than enough mana for a Hex and a stun. But there'll be Searing Chains, and Juggernaut ult will actually help him bring down the Lion. He should drop to this anyway, and Phoenix will be able to take him out with the ult. But a 1-for-1 trade, and overall, I believe Made in Venezuela, yeah, they're going to profit off of it a lot. Juggernaut only gaining about 100 gold. Phoenix getting 372 for the kill there, even though Lion doesn't do too hot. He does make some space for the Troll Warlord up top, which is going to help him get online a bit better. I think we're going to see him go with the standard kind of Helm Sanj Nyasha build. Juggernaut now picking up the Phase Boots, going to head down bot. And meanwhile, Lars in a little bit of trouble. He will get away from that, though. Nicely done there. Chilling Touch coming out, though, should finish him off. He tries to salve up. He was going to turn and charge, but wasn't able to in time. And we'll just pick up a TP right now. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, we actually do have two heroes buddied up here. looks like Ember is getting his bottle back. Doesn't quite have those phase boots yet and is falling behind on farm very quickly. 22-2 up against the Zeus's 31-4. Zeus definitely dominating this matchup despite the magic shield coming out from Ember. And the fact that Ember's maxing it at level 7 even. He's got 3 points in that. Could have 4, but does opt for a second point in Searing Chains. But you can't blame him here. They definitely need the lockdown on this team. Crazy New Banana actually going to come up on these 2 supports. Levy, though, going to throw out a stun. A Zeus ult coming out as well to stop them from engaging. And Crazy New Banana might just be dead here. But Levy is definitely going down. We'll keep an eye on Crazy's HP. He is okay. I believe that's just a level 1 Maledicts. Actually, the Enigma Black Hole was used there. And Palkame not gonna fall there. And yeah, that was just a level 1 Maledicts at the moment. Did opt for the point and heal. And not sure what those pings are for, but definitely a good fight for Made in Venezuela. Now there will be a charge coming in from the Spirit Breaker here. Ember does have a remnant out that he could potentially use to block that, but Spirit Breaker will just cancel the charge, which I think is what you have to do here. He has got that glove for the extra chance for bash, basically. And this is the build for Spirit Breaker these days, is 202. I'm not really sure where you should put your next point, but you generally leave Empowering Haste for last. The extra move speed's nice, and if for some reason you can't get your boots, it's really good to pick up, but generally you'll be able to pick up your boots. Now Zeus does have a regen rune here, and he's actually gonna walk right into the AAO, and unfortunately that regen rune will get quickly cancelled. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, excuse me. Well, no actual action going on the bot lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Where is my chair height adjuster here?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ember Spirit taking down Spirit Breaker in the meantime there, as you can very well see. And I'm being baffled by my chair.
Is under attack.
There, that's a bit better. Sorry, I just realized I wasn't sitting up straight and would probably help my voice if I were. Although that's a little too
Radiant's top tower
exaggerated. All of a sudden I sit up straight and my voice is perfect. Radio quality material. This is the voice to bring you the hype. Anyways, meanwhile, Bakelmo gonna bring down the Phoenix. It will go down to the Juggernaut as well, but Witch Doctor meets up with the Ember in the forest and doesn't get much done. Ember actually going to be sitting 400 for the drum, and Made in Venezuela looking to make a comeback here. Sand Blut. Looks like they got a bit of sand stuck in their blood, whatever that means. I have no idea, but
middle tower is under attack.
appears to be the case right now. There is that Mask of Madness up for Juggernaut. Troll Warlord picking up an Ogre Club, actually, so just going to get the casual Morbid Mask into the lifesteal item. Or the Sanjinasha, excuse me. And, honestly, I think it can work. And AA ult flew there, but I'm not really sure where it landed. What's Zeus building into here? Has gotten mana boost, so probably going to be into a Bloodstone, seeing as he is sending the courier over here. And this generally is going to be what you're going to build on Zeus, just because he needs to be a little tankier. He needs that bit of HP to keep him alive long enough to do his burst damage. And that's the best way I've heard it described personally. And I think that's the best way to describe it. The Ags, Refresher, Rush, it's not really the cat's pajamas anymore, so. Meanwhile, Troll Warlord popping the ult. Actually will bring down the Spirit Breaker, thanks to a well-placed AA ult as well. Not to mention, Chilling Touch plus Troll Warlord's ult kind of negates the attack speed loss you're gonna have there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
We're gonna see Phoenix Icarus diving in. Doesn't have an ult for another second though. Bit of a mistiming as Juggernaut does take down a bot tower. So take a look at the graphs here. Do have Blut with a slight advantage in terms of gold, a tiny deficit in terms of XP. Now, there's a nice charge coming in here from Lars. He's going to ult up, but he gets bashed. And he's not trying again just yet. Actually, he's trying to get out. He will ult up. And no, he will not dodge the ult there. But Zeus coming in to seal the deal here as Troll Warlord gets killed by the bolt of the Thunder God. And it could actually be a Ags rush for Zeus, but I don't think that's going to be his best option here. I feel like him getting the quick Bloodstone is going to make him tankier, and therefore much more effective. They'll get the deny off on mid tower. And 7-11 now, your scoreline. Moving into the mid game. 13 minutes in. We are going to see Phoenix building that mech. They're not opting for the Midas build, and Ember Spirit bottle crawling back as he's just picked up his drum for some extra stats. I fully expect to see the Battle Fury come out from him now. Simply because, first of all, there's a Dolan's in the mix. When there's a Dolan's in the mix, you need some AoE damage, and Battle Fury is a great way to get it, especially if you're a core. Now, keep in mind, it may not be the most cost-efficient of items, but it will give you that cleave damage, which will enable you to do more damage. And Ember Spirit, I honestly think he is one of the best Battle Fury carriers in the entire game. Now, Zeus will have his Bloodstone done pretty much any second. Now, needs 30 gold, but shouldn't be too challenging to come by. And Scream just leaving his bottle in the fountain for now. However, a team fight may be brewing on the bot lane as Enigma Dolans do come out. It's kind of telegraphing that they do want to push soon, but he does want to have those 6 Dolans up instead of just the 3. He'll stun up the Phoenix, but now Chilling Touch coming out and Enigma getting hexed up. This is not a good situation to be in. AO whiffs, but they are going to throw out the ult there. And Rusi, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but you are in a lot of trouble. He'll actually mech up. Doesn't have enough for a black hole, though, and he'll go down to the Enigma. Meanwhile, Scream on a mega kill streak as he takes down the Witch Doctor on the back lines. Bloodstone is up for the Zeus, and actually, whoa, don't do that yet, camera. Lars coming in, Juggernaut will finish off one. Can he get a second? He's Mask of Madness up, but he's in the realm of 4. He needs to be just a little bit faster. The heal coming out onto the Troll Warlord. He'll actually turn the ult on, turn around, bash him up with the mischance as well. Not actually doing anything since those weren't up, but you get the picture. It's going to be a big deal. He could actually just be going straight BKB here. And although it won't give him as much fighting potential, it will give him a way to sustain against the Zeus. One thing. Now, Spirit Breaker's ultimate, of course, piercing spell immunity is going to be a bit of a problem. Spirit Breaker now picking up that urn. A bit late for what we'd like to see on the Spirit Breaker, but it can do the job, of course, and those progressive heals coming out are going to be quite a big deal. Now, Ember Spirit, I can only assume, is going for Battle Fury now. I think he's going to pick up Perseverance first, judging by the amount of gold he saved up, and the way he's kind of moseying around the secret shop over here. And guys, I hate to break it to you, but I am just a tiny bit sleepy. Had a bit of a late night last night. Hanging out with the lady friend. Meanwhile, a double damage room for the Jug. They're just going to walk on in. I believe they used Zeus to check for wards, but they did not check one important location. But they actually will get scouted out. Where is the Ancient Apparition? There he goes, throwing the ult out. Gonna be able to hit 2 with it. Back up, but they actually could continue to take this and do it just fine. The problem being Ember Spirit and Phoenix being able to jump into the pit so easily. It's going to be a serious problem. Not to mention the fact that they have vision. They just have complete vision of them. Meanwhile, smoke coming out. They want to engage here. This could be a big team fight. Ult coming out from Phoenix. Can Jug kill it in time? He's going to change targets and actually go out onto the Phoenix. BKB'd up. He will get stunned here. He needs just 1 or 2 more swings of the sword to bring down the Roche, but there's your Witch Doctor ulti and your Enigma ulti, which gets canceled by the Searing Chains. Levy getting a double kill, though, and this is a huge turnaround for Blut. As I'm sure the graph will tell us, or the fight recap will tell us in just a second. Yep, that's a 3k gold swing, almost 4k experience gained by Blut, And Juggernaut with the Aegis. Scream gets bashed right now. They need another to keep him back, but he'll actually be able to go ahead and pick that up. May not even need that Remnant for now, as Enigma will come around, but they will spot him out. He's going to be going up toward that top tower to run for safety. He does have a Perseverance up, and Scream is definitely one of the heroes doing better on the dire side of things, but nice jukes coming out here. He'll actually stun up the Spirit Breaker, who does have a charge available, and Witch Doctor coming in here, but no mana available for Scream. This could be really bad, but he's baiting. The AA ult's going to come in. It'll annihilate Lars. And Levi, I hate to break it to you, buddy, but you are dead as can be. A monster kill, a beautiful double kill by Scream there as he turns it around. And just a nice combo there, AA being ready as soon as he got up to throw out that ult. He has picked himself up a Bracer to hopefully withstand some of the extra damage. Qui-Gon Jinn, though, trying to take down Chocolat. They're body blocking him, but he will get out of the stun. A little bit of burst coming out, and the mega kill streak going his way. But Godlike now going the way of Scream, ending that mega kill streak. And well, it's going to get pretty ugly pretty quick. As they go on, Akeno Senpai does still have the Aegis up. Doesn't even care about that AO, as Chocolate surely does. Now, he still does have those 8 Bloodstone charges. Needs a little more damage. He will get the 9th off of that Ember Spirit. Now, a Blink Dagger up for him. So, going full mobility, tanky nuker. And, whoa. Tadic's actually probably going to follow this. He just throws out the Urn Charge and says, goodbye. We'll see ya. Double kill for the Zeus Spirit Breaker. Now, picking out the Ancient Apparition. Don't forget, guys, there is an in-game ticket for this. And there are still quite a few matches left, and you do have a decent shot at getting some heroic items. They're dropping pretty much every game, so. And meanwhile, the Rack's being pressured. It seems like Sam Blunt have once again figured out how to weasel their way into the base off of a good team fight, and that seems to be their strength. They are going to have the AA ult, which will hit on 3 very nicely here. Zeus will blink out right before it connects, but not actually get away from it. And now I believe Boots of Travel coming up for him. Wanted to retain their advantage. He will be going down here, but at least he was able to buy out. They do get an exit kill, but they lose their melee racks, which is potentially the most important max. They're going to get Witch Doctor as well. Scream getting a double kill now. That'll complete his Battle Fury, and that is a big item pickup. Ember Spirit is one of those heroes who can hold out, well, forever, theoretically, if you can't kill him. In fact, I think I once came back from a game where we were down 2 racks as Ember Spirit, and this may have been before the comeback patch. I'm not 100% sure about that, but Ember Spirit with the Battle Fury now, of course, done. He will be moving forward, trying to find Chocolat. Enigma will miss him, but actually there's going to be 2 here. He can get the black hole if he can just close the distance, but they're splitting very nicely and able to dodge it completely. Zeus Bolt will just take down the Phoenix there. They're going after Ember, but they don't want to overcommit here, especially not with that AA ult on them. They have some serious trouble if that were to happen. AK himself, I'm assuming, just holding on to buyback at this point. Because you never know when one of those ults is going to be needed to be entirely necessary, so could be quite a big deal. They've set their sights on the top tower now. Actually, I haven't taken down this tier 1. Spirit Breaker will get hit by this ult, and Troll are going to try to engage. Does miss the Whirling Axis. Slow, but actually it's a re-goose. Qui-Gon Jinn gonna fall just like at the end of episode 1. Spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Star Wars. Sorry about that, but I think if it's 10 years old, we can say, okay, most people have probably seen it. If you haven't, go watch it. I didn't spoil the whole movie, I promise. Blink Dagger dropped? What? Okay, I'm not really sure what that was. They're going to go straight after the top tower now. Meanwhile, Made in Venezuela are trying to make the most of their situation. And Scream looking for what I can only assume is a Chrysalis. into a Daedalus at this point. They're going to probably just let the towers outer fall and just defend high ground. Ember is one of those decent high ground defenders. He's not quite as good as a sniper, but he's still pretty good.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And to tell you guys the truth, I have no idea why Enigma keeps dropping his blink dagger. It doesn't make any sense to me. And knock on wood a little bit here, but thank goodness we got a game with no real pauses. Scotty coming in for the Juggernaut now, as he's going to get very tanky in the near future. And now the charge going to come in on Ember Spirit. Zeus ult to come out, give vision. And it looks like Ember could be going down. He'll actually zip away just in time. And Lars stuck with his hand in the cookie jar here as Akeno Senpai is in a bit deep as well. This could be a double for them. Jug going to try to spin his way out of there. Chocolat blinking away. Enigma coming in. He does have a black hole available, but doesn't really want to commit it here. And he won't be able to. He's going to go down. And Palkme getting a double kill this fight. Jug at least escaping with his life. Icarus dive forward though. And actually, Jug is going to ult. And Zeus will bring her down. But Troll coming in. Ember going to throw off a Searing Chains. Akeno in a lot of trouble here. He will be able to juke the Axis though. And Qui-Gon Jinn going to fall as well. It's a mega kill streak. 2 buybacks available. Only one was really available. It looks like Phoenix just bought something. As the rest of the racks goes down. And what looked like a great fight for Made in Venezuela is turning out to not be so great. As Zeus will be retreating off of that. And Juggernaut picking up the eye of Scotty as well. Excuse me. Don't know why I've got the yawns tonight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now Zeus trying to re-engage with the lightning bolt.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Juggernaut coming up as well. He might get stunned off this. Actually, he has failed to escape the cold feet. I think he thought he did, but Spirit Breaker trying to get in there. Where exactly? He went back toward the mid lane. Okay. And meanwhile, Tadix, he's on 300 HP. There's no Zeus ults available, seeing as that's pretty much what put him there. But AO going to come out, not going to hit. No dice on that. But Palkme, he did have an ult up, but wasn't even able to use it, as he will go down here. Qui-Gon Jinn now in big trouble, as there's 3 down, no buybacks available, and a Heaven's Halberd up for the Spirit Breaker. And I hate to say it, but Made in Venezuela, they may be making their grave in Venezuela right now. Not to be too morbid, but this is an elimination match. And they may be very well out of the tournament here as it goes down. Whew. Of course, there is going to be another game tonight, but I will not be able to cover that, guys. Simply due to schedule. And the fact that I have class in the morning, I need to get up. But this game is not entirely over. In fact, Ember Spirit is still alive, and actually looks to be going for a Maelstrom to try and push these creeps back. Can definitely do the job, though. AO gonna fly. Will at least graze the Enigma. Meanwhile, they can't seem to stop this push. This Juggernaut is just too tanky and also has 3k in the bank. Meanwhile, Black Hole gonna come out. It'll grab the dead body of the Phoenix and Qui-Gon Jinn, and he will fall. He does have a buyback available, but I'm not sure what good it's going to do now as Ember zips into the base. Are they going to buy back right now as Spirit Breaker is just diving into the base? He says, come here, Ember. He's gonna kill him. Or so he thinks. In fact, the well will be his downfall. Does have a Maledict on him. Zeus ult, or Witch Doctor ult, excuse me, comes out, but a little too late. And actually, Spirit Breaker gonna buy back into the game. They're just looking. They're like, anybody else? Anybody else gonna buy back? But GG will be called as Blut will take the series 2-0 over MiV. And they buy all the Midases they possibly can. A little bit of a BM Midas there. Of course, that's going to be it for me tonight for the Butterfly Cup. It is only 11 o'clock, but I do need to get some sleep. I have some stuff to work on, so I won't be streaming right after this, guys. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If you did, hit that follow button. Hit me up on Twitter at SBRevolution5, on Facebook at SBRevolution5Dota, and of course, find Truesight TV on Twitch at Truesight TV, Twitter at Truesight TV, Facebook Truesight TV. You seeing a trend here yet? And we'll be sure to provide you with many more great casts. This is probably on the low end of the casting we provide. And yeah, hope you guys have a great night. Enjoyed bringing this game to you, and we'll see you next time.